if we speak about black metal, let's say that black metal, also death metal, they are genres that they are not so mainstream. Okay, inside also the metal fans and the metalheads. So for this reason, there are some bands that they are as a hook for people to start to listen, for example, to black metal. Most of the people that today they are listening black metal, they didn't start with bands as Emperor, as Venom, as Burzum, or as Dark Throne, or as Mayhem. Let's be serious. Most of the people that today listen black metal, they started maybe from bands as Cradle of Filth from Britain, from England, as for Dark Funeral from Sweden, as even Dissection from Sweden, and even as from DIMMU BORGIR from Norway. Today we'll speak about DIMMU BORGIR. Okay, from Norway. Their name DIMMU BORGIR, it comes from a place in North Iceland that it's called DIMMU BORGIR, and people think there that this is the name DIMMU BORGIR in their language is something like the gate of hell, something like that. Okay. DIMMU BORGIR, until now, they have 9 studio albums, and here most of the time I'm not speaking about EPs and about splits. They started as a melodic black metal band, let's say of the third wave of black metal, something between the second and the third wave of black metal. They are from Norway, okay? And little by little they became more mainstream, they became more groove, more with some thrash elements in their music, and even after they became more atmospheric and more atmospheric, today there are people that are saying, and maybe they're not so wrong, that they are saying that DIMMU BORGIR of today they are more atmospheric metal, or blackened atmospheric metal, or blackened atmospheric dark metal, even than melodic black metal. Okay. Personally, I love all their albums. Okay, I don't have problem with them, but they changed. Their sound changed. They are not classical melodic black metal. Maybe their first 2 albums they are classical melodic black metal. Afterwards, they came with their third masterpiece, Enthroned Dragons Triumphant. That they're also melodic black metal, but with even more atmospheric elements. And afterwards, they became even more mainstream. They mainstream from one side. From the other side, they became even more groove, more thrashy. After Spiritual Black Dimensions, and especially after Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia. And from Insorte Diaboli, they started to be even more atmospheric until today. Okay. And DIMMU BORGIR, as Cradle of Filth, as Dark Funeral, these are bands that the most cult black metalers hate them. Okay, they don't like them, hate them. They are saying they are not true black metal, and all these things. And even this is one band that many of the followers of the band, of the old followers of the band, always when we have a new DIMMU BORGIR album, there is a conflict between some people that they love their albums until today, and between the people that they are saying, oh, that this is not black metal, this is the garbage, this is not even metal. Always we have these people. Okay, let's speak. For me, today I will rank their albums from worst to best, or even let's say from less beloved to more beloved. Okay. In the ninth place, first of all, because before I will start, I have also one split of them with also melodic black metal band, Old Man's Child. This split, Sons of Satan Gather for Attack, of 99. And here inside DIMMU BORGIR, they have their EP, Devil's Path of 1996. And also another classical EP of DIMMU BORGIR of 98, and I speak about Godless Awaits Garden. Okay, and now I'm starting to speak about their albums. So in the ninth place for me comes the album one before their last, and then speak about the album Abracadabra. Okay, no Abracadabra, Abracadabra. Okay, of 2010. This is a good album, but this is so atmospheric. Okay, here the black elements, the black metal elements are very they are not they are very in the corner, let's say. Here this is a very good atmospheric dark metal with some elements of black metal. Now, in the eighth place, and here we will be people that will say what we are doing, and we have not this opinion. Here I will put the album of 2004, and I'm speaking about the album Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia. This album, especially, became so famous because it was one of the albums that brought so many new followers to the band. And here this is the album. Okay, we're speaking about Puritanical and with about but in any case I made a little bit a censor about the cover of the album. Here from this album they started to be with their new style of these years, a little bit more thrashy, a little bit more groovy. Okay, and they became so famous from the album, from this album, and afterwards became even more mainstream inside the metal community. Now, in the seventh place for me comes their last album of 2018. I'm speaking about the album Aeonian. Now people they will say you put this album in this place and not Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia, for example. Yes, because okay, it is very atmospheric, continues the way of Abracadabra, but for me it's even better from Abracadabra, and I like it very much. In the sixth place for me comes the album of 2007. I'm speaking about the album In Sorte Diaboli. Here it was the album that they started to become even more atmospheric, and this is a concept album. If I'm not sure, this is the first and only concept album of the band. A very good album for me. In the fifth place comes the album Death Cult Armageddon of 2003. Also an album that many people like it and brought many new followers to the band. In this album they continue the same way of the Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia, and I prefer it even more from Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia, the Death Cult Armageddon. In the fourth place for me comes an album that is underrated, maybe because it came after Enthroned Darkness Triumphant between Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia, and I'm speaking about the album Spiritual Black Dimensions of 1999, a very good album. They continue the way of Enthroned Darkness Triumphant, but even more catchy, even more thrashy. Okay. And now, in the third place, and excuse me that I don't have the original form of the album of 1906, and the speaking about the album, their second album, Stormblast. Here I have the Stormblast of 2005, Okay, there are some people that they don't prefer it and prefer even more Stormblast of 1906. In any case, here they play more melodic black metal. Okay, in the first two albums and in this second album they continue their melodic black metal, the classical melodic black metal style. And this album is one of the albums that many people like it. In any case, they like it. And also, we can say that in this album and also in the debut album, all the songs they were in more of the songs they were in their language, in Norwegian and not in English. In the second place for me comes their debut album, their first album, For All Tid. Okay, a classical melodic black metal album. There are some people that also they are saying that this is a not so good album, but I like it a much as a melodic black metal album. And of course, in the first place, of course, for me comes their third album and their masterpiece, Enthroned Darkness Triumphant of 1907. This is the album that brought the most people inside the DIMMU BORGIR. I started to listen to DIMMU BORGIR because of this album. And this, for me, also, this was the second album of black metal. The first album was from Garden Filth, and afterwards came this album. It's so good masterpiece, so good album and masterpiece. Not only inside black metal or melodic black metal, let's say, but inside the whole metal scene and history. So, from Israel, from Jerusalem, stay metal and stay heavy.